Anthem as the players and officials make their way to the middle, and there they're going to exchange their pleasantries. Hope International, the starting lineup: number 1, Elron Batiste in goal. Captain Tevin Thompson, number 8. Number 4, Jermaine Harry. Number 5, Samuel Matthews. Number 6, Kishore Lewis. Number 10, Enrique Millington. Number 11, Shima Wilkes. 13, Rishon Matthias. Number 16, Jeshan Bibi. Number 23, Chad Davis. And number 26, Nyron Delplesh. That's the starting lineup for Hope International. And let me say good evening to Roxel John.
Well, good evening, Charlo. I've been calling your name all afternoon, and now you're here.
Yes.
Chelsea, Camdonia Chelsea in goal. Well, playing with number 1, but he's not in goal. Isaiah Barker. Number 16, Cale Nero, the captain. Number 6, Okido Cuttle. Number 7, Nigel Charles. Number 8, Rishon Warren. Number 10, Juma Luke. Number 13, Jamal Williams. Number 14, Jadamo Slater. Number 15, Imani Miller. Number 77, Reggie Barber. And in goal, number 99, Emron Gill. Basically, a set starting 11 for
Yes,
Camdonia Chelsea.
Definitely, we have seen that time and time again. And here we are, up and ready and raring to go in this final game of the evening. Hope International in black and red, and Camdonia Chelsea in blue and dark blue, and what is the sky blue top? You know, you're specialist in colours.
Sky blue top. It looks like Cale Nero not carrying the band tonight. Look like Mr. Cuttle, Okido Cuttle. We had a pleasant conversation earlier as it relates to the prospects of Camdonia Chelsea going forward. Always one who is willing to fight for the unit.
Yes, I think we have seen an improvement in terms of Camdonia Chelsea. The last game they were really, they looked very, very good. I think they defeated North Leeward Predators, I think 1-0.
Correct.
And so they should be buoyed by that win, and one expect that they would come out and put some pressure on the struggling Hope International.
Well, struggling, we actually are seeing two teams who are sitting neck and neck, so to speak. Camdonia Chelsea on 11 points after the first round of matches in position number 7, and Hope International position number 8 on 9 points.
Good. So referee Moet Gaines, he'll be carrying the whistle. He'll be assisted by Danrai Barker and Toshika Brung. And so players, Hope International still in a huddle, and you can see Camdonia Chelsea already moving into position.
So one distinct change tonight. Reggie Barber is starting in place of his brother, Barack Barber.
So Barack Obama, the number 11, and he will be featured at some point.
I'm sure. Reggie standing just in front of us, number 77
number
on his
77, and hands on hips. As you can see, referee White Games looking at his watch, and the kickoff will be taken by Camdonia Chelsea.
Yes, and just to make sure that the time ticks over, getting the armband there was Mr. Millington, who is skippering the Hope International unit tonight, and I expect a very keenly contested encounter, Charlo.
So their kickoff, it's Chelsea inside their own half. Still knocking it around, comes wide, look to work their way down. Nice ball coming down the flank to Reggie Barber, but cut out there by Hope International. Hope is still with it. And I think I'm seeing a number 3 and Hope International, not listed on our card, but it's going to be a throw-in for Camdonia Chelsea. Chelsea comes back into their half, looks up, boots it across, looking for some support. But cut out there by Hope. Millington with it for Hope International. He comes wide, finds Harry, and goes back to the middle. It's cut out there by Reggie Barber on the left flank. Has some running to do, bit of fancy footwork. Still with it, comes back to the middle, finds his number 15 in Miller, but losing it. Millington cuts it out as he looks to come forward. It's Kishore Lewis, goes wide. Still Hope looking to mount an attack. But he's been dispossessed. And Camdonia Chelsea will look to come away with it. Goes back to his captain, Cottle. Cottle comes wide. And again, good work. It's a give and take. Millington with it, but he has 2 defenders. And it goes into touch. And it's going to be a throw-in for Hope International. So Jermaine Harry, number 4, finds Millington. Millington to the middle, but he's not giving him any room there. And it's Delplesh, but ball goes wide. And looking for Luke on that far side. He goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Hope. Quickly taken. Still Hope. Looking to dance around, but Chelsea still with it. Cuts it out. Finds Luke. Luke goes to his right. And he's boots it downfield. It's a nice ball. It's still, but it given it away. And Matthias for Hope. Still on that far left. Still good work here by Hope. Keep distributing. And goes down the left. Finds the number 11 in Wilkes. And it goes into touch. We see referee pointing. It's going to be the first corner of the game.
Yes, a keenly contested opening 2 minutes or so, Charlo, where they're actually pressing each other quite profusely and making sure that the time on the ball is not allowed. The number 3 you refer to is definitely the name you just called, Rishon Matthias.
Matthias. So giving. So it's going to be a goal kick for Chelsea. Quickly taken. Finds Nigel Charles. Charles. Swirling ball. Finds Reggie Barber. Barber goes back to the center. Finds his Slater. Slater goes right. Still knocking it around. And this one goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Hope. Quickly taken. Finds Lewis. Lewis goes back in defense. Still Lewis. Right back to Matthews. Matthews to Lewis. Back to Matthews. Still. And now he's giving it away. Finds Slater for Chelsea. Chelsea comes right back to Nigel Charles. Charles still looking for it. Looking for Luke. Luke found in an offside position. The flag went up pretty early. And
disciplined movements this evening and structure by both teams so far, Charlo. They're trying to outdo each other, but they're keeping their positions and the structure quite nicely, Charlo.
Well, definitely. And here's Charles who boots it downfield. Here's a Reggie Barber looking to get in there. He has Matthews, but he's been pulled down. Reggie Barber with a cross. Looking for Luke in the center, but the defense for Hope was standing firm there. And good work, Reggie. Cottle finds Barber once again inside with a cross. Diving effort there by the goalkeeper and cleared off the line. And really, I think Luke was undone by the lack of height. He was looking to get a boot on. The goalkeeper had to dive. Didn't hold on to it, and in the end, the defender clearing it off the line, and it's still 0-0.
Well, Batiste, again, I think he did well because it was an excellent cross by Barber. He was challenging that area of uncertainty, not only in cricket, but here as it relates to that area, whether he decides to come or not. He came, got a hand onto it, and actually did some cleaning up thereafter, made it difficult for Luke, I perceive.
Well, definitely, yeah, but it was a decisive action on his part. And Luke being denied. But it's still Hope. Hope with it. Nice ball. Looking for some support. Chips it across and into the side netting. In fact, the goalkeeper just watching it go behind. And it's going to be what? Was it off a defender?
A corner. It looks like it's going to be a corner, yes?
Yes, it looks like it's going to be a corner. Because I was looking to see, but the defender, it came off the defender. So it's going to be a corner for Hope. And we see the number 16, Jeshon Bibi. But he now leaves it for Delplesh. So Delplesh would want to swing that in with the right curl, with the right foot. Long ball. Finds Enrique Millington. Millington has a defender. He's not allowed. Back heels it with a shot for Rishon Mataz, but it's been cleared by Camdonia Chelsea. He's been bundled off it. There is Reggie Barber. But Camdonia Chelsea still with it inside their own half. Knocking it around. Goes back to Nigel Charles. Charles goes wide. And again, so they're playing the patient game here.
And ideally so. You want to make your passes do the work for you. Get them precise to a leg or foot in some spaces and instead of just giving it away, Charlo.
Right. So it's Millington. Millington, he's being forced to go wide. He's not given any space. The cross comes in and cleared by Nigel Charles in a no-nonsense mood. It's going to be a throw-in for Hope International. It's still 0-0.
Yes, and the crowd is picked up just a bit. Not a huge by any estimation, but pleasing. So the evening and the 10th round of matches could be completed.
And it's cool conditions, I must admit. So again, that one booted into touch. It's going to be another throw-in for Hope International. The number 4, Jermaine Harry, he's been busy with that. Comes back to Matthews. Matthews goes back in defense to Matthias. Matthias now looking to go down with Camdonia Chelsea, majority of players inside their half. Good, nice ball. So again, we have seen Hope with a bit of purpose this time. And this one hammered downfield. Luke has one. He's been brought down. Referee Moy again says to play on. And it comes back to Millington. Millington looking for some support, but cut out there by Camdonia Chelsea. Not good work, and you can hear the scream and the ahs.
Yeah, he got in there very late,
yes.
Harry. He was undone, and he had to try to stop the play moving forward, and he was late in his tackle.
Yeah, and Barker was on the receiving end of that.
Yes.
And you can hear the and very early. And so Nigel Charles looks up. Goes back in defense to the number 8, and that's Warren. And that one into touch for a throw-in for Hope International. We are in the 9th minute. So good work here by Camdonia Chelsea. That's by hammer downfield. Finds Lewis. Lewis gives it back. So he's come right back in defense to Matthews. Matthews looking to come wide, looking for Millington. Millington has Barker, and Barber, but that one booted into touch is going to be a throw-in for Hope. But there was Barker not allowing Millington any freedom to go forward.
Football quality tonight is high. Hope International look like they've come to actually play football. Chelsea, as you said earlier, coming off a very impressive win, and they would have their tails up, so to speak. And it has already started to look like a very pleasing encounter.
Yes, so we have seen both teams looking to have some construction, and it's Nigel Charles, the tall, lanky figure. Now he hammers that long ball downfield. Reggie Barber hesitated a bit, but it goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Hope. The ever-present Jermaine Harry on the left flank with a throw-in. Long ball looking for Millington. He still has Barker to contend with. Good work by Millington. Goes back to Lewis, but he's been dispossessed. And
Williams.
There by Williams. And it's still shot comes in, but again we can see the number 4 is still not danger yet, not averted. Luke on the right. Luke looks to get around one. The cross comes in and sliding across the face of goal. Reggie Barber is there, comes back in the middle, and it's still Hope now just clearing it outside their box, and it's now Hope who will look to come away with it. It's Wilkes. And that one goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Hope.
Yeah, I think Batiste got a decisive touch again on that cross. It was a superb cross again, challenging the area from Luke. But Batiste, I think, put off the oncoming runners for Chelsea with that very, very, very
Well,
important touch.
he has to come to the party, so to speak, because both teams are really looking for the ascendancy here. And this one goes into touch once again. It's going to be another throw-in for Hope. Quickly taken. Finds Lewis. Lewis comes across field. Finds Millington. Millington is looking for some support. Gives it back to Lewis. Lewis loses it. Didn't control that well. And the Miller was looking to close in on that. But it's still Luke.
Ooh.
Nice ball, but he's been robbed. And it's going to be a corner. Referee Moet Gaines pointing to that corner very quickly.
Important interception again by Matthias, because it looks like Slater was it, or it's Williams. Jamal Williams was definitely going into a really nice position there for Chelsea.
Yeah, so he was moving into that, and it's going to be a corner on the far side. Looks like Reggie Barber is going to take that. And you can see the tall figure of Nigel Charles coming up in the attacking area, looking to position himself. But it's headed away there by the defense for Hope. There's a tussle here. Chelsea still with it. Chelsea with a shot and off the defender. It's still Chelsea. It's still again off the defender. It was Miller who was looking to do it all by himself. But then booted downfield. Finds Barker. Barker to Charles. Charles. No, it seems to be overlapping. Comes back, nice, and he goes back in defense, back to Warren. Warren goes back to his goalkeeper, and he goes wide. So Chelsea looking to build some passes here, and good work.
Oh, beautiful.
Good work. And, and in the end, not anticipating, not reading it well, it goes into touch, and Hope will come away with a throw-in. It's still with Hope. But he has two defenders. He's been brought down. Referee Moet Gaines says advantage, play on. And it's off the Hope international player. That's Bibi. And it's going to be a throw-in for Camdonia Chelsea. It's still 0-0. And we are in the 14th minute. So again, not good work there by Chelsea on this occasion. And not controlling and putting it into touch for a Hope. For a throw-in for Hope deep inside Camdonia Chelsea's half. So Hope cross comes in. It's still, I think Nigel Charles is there, and immediately you can see him holding on to the ankle, perhaps getting a little nip. And there's a player down on that far side, Roxelle, not able to pick up the number of that individual on the far side.
It's Nero, Kale Nero.
Kale Nero.
Yes, and you know, these players have been going through a weekend in, weekend out, and they've been getting knocks. Sometimes, you know, they have training and probably work and school. And so the time for recovery and what is required for full recovery is not actually prescribed and or observed.
So that one booted downfield. It's Luke is there, but it's headed back to goalkeeper Batiste, who comes off his line, bowls it out, finds Lewis. Lewis gives it to Delplesh, and it comes back to Matthews. Matthews to Delplesh. It's still Hope. Hope looking for some movement. Comes wide, finds Millington. Millington looking for Lewis. Lewis comes back to Millington with a shot, but off the header there. And it's sliding across the defense there for Camdonia Chelsea. But it's still Hope. Hope in possession. Hope cross comes in, but cut out there by Chelsea, but not good work again, giving it away. And Hope with it, still knocking it around. Hope, and he's been robbed. Now Luke would look to mount an attack, looking for Williams. Gets there, Williams has it, comes back to the middle. He was looking for Miller. Miller goes back to in defense, finds it wide to Reggie Barber. Barber Nice ball looking for Miller. But Matthews is there, both in a tussle. They're still looking to and in the end, it's Matthews. Nice work. Comes down, gives it to Millington.
And Millington is going to pump upfield. He has one man to look for, and that's Wilkes, but headed away. Cuttle picks it up and didn't control. Falls now for Millington. This is Hope International in red, black, and white. He goes far to the left and finds that is. Excuse me. Comes now to Davis. Davis comes across and blocked there by Nigel Charles. Still Hope International piling on the pressure with Lewis. Lewis goes over and finds Bibi. Bibi is going to go into the area. Good cross, but head away once again. Nigel Charles to Barber, to Captain Cuttle. Cuttle to Miller. Miller could not control well. And still the ball has now gone to Thompson. Thompson brings it to... Oh, good ball. Trying to trip it forward. There's Millington looking for Wilkes. A pressure being exerted here by Hope International. Extended period. As Barber tries to relieve it, he picks it up and still can't get past Millington. Millington, tight rein. Barber decides to go long. Looking for Williams. It's just in that channel where Batiste can pick it up. He does so. And he is going to restart what has been some concerted pressure on Chelsea by Hope International for the last 2 minutes. Matthews it is. Chalo?
Yes, it certainly was a bit of pressure, but Chelsea absorbed that pressure and the scoreline remains 0-0.
All right, so good, pleasing encounter on its way here with Thompson. Thompson is going to go far left, looks for Davis, going to run into touch and picked up now by Kale Nero. We've had 18 minutes of really good football. We haven't had many shots on goal or clear cut opportunities, but the football has been very constructive. Comes now looking for Miller. Well, Miller picks up the loose ball, pushes forward. Excellent ball. Just a bit too much and too far away from what Williams would have liked. The idea was good again. And then Batiste, who have made 2 brilliant saves so far, from my estimation, has kept hope in this. Just rolls it out to Matthias. He finds Thompson. Thompson goes across and finds Bibi. Bibi comes back and uses the outlet of Matthias. Matthias is looking to go long. You could see that in his as he lifted his head, looking for Millington. Head away by Nigel Charles. He stayed down as he fell, and there's going to be a stoppage at this point.
Well, I saw that he didn't go down well. I think he landed pretty
Awkwardly.
hard and awkwardly, as you said. So he has to get some attention. Not sure if he hit his head in the process, but it certainly really did go down and stay down.
Yeah, well, we have the attention being given to Nigel Charles. For the compliment, Mr. Hewitt and the company, Subway, who have come on board for the Player of the Match awards for this weekend. We've awarded 4 players already, and a 5th will be given tonight. So we have to give the corporate sponsor in this occasion for coming on board, because every little helps, Charlo.
Well, as the old people would put it, 1-1 full basket.
Right.
So it really it's pleasing when corporate St. Vincent can come on board and be of some assistance. And I think it's very much appreciated by the players and officials.
Right, along with ECGC, our platinum sponsors, we've also had RW Sporting World, we've had French Veranda, we've had Beats Auto Parts. Just trying to remember them all. As we started that conversation with no play being missed at this point in time, referee Moet Games ensuring everything is ready to go. He's having some conversation, as they're definitely mic'd up at this point and getting some advice, and there we go. Play has restarted with Captain, Barker that is, looks just a touch like Cuttle. He goes long looking for Williams. Again, this one is not going to trouble the defenders and or Batiste. He decides to pump downfield with a long kick, looking for Millington. He heads it forward. Millington only as far as Cuttle, and Cuttle finds Barker. Barker, nice ball to Miller. Miller turns well, but can't get past Delplesh. And Middleton is the recipient. He gets it, and they're trying to ensure that play doesn't continue down that right flank. It's Miller who puts it into touch, and so through comes the way of Hope International. That's Harry. He goes long into the area. Cutler again cuts it out, finds Harry again, only as far as Miller. And Barker goes upfield, finds Williams. This is Chelsea under a lot of pressure now. They are having difficulty coming out of their own half. A good ball over to the left. Finds Chad Davis. He takes a shot. Oh, across the goal. Diving across there was Wilkes. He ended up in the back of the net. The ball didn't. And Hope International looking like they're on a roll tonight. They're looking better than they've looked for probably 3 to 4 games.
Well, certainly Hope scoring themselves there. A big goal by
Wilkes,
who found himself in the back of the net, but the ball was into touch. And it's going to be a goal kick for Camdonia Chelsea. But yes, we have seen, I think this is the best we have seen Hope. I would say the best I've seen them for the entire tournament, first round and now.
Well, I think they've had some pretty good games that probably just did not go their way, and probably not scoring goals and that kind of stuff. But the intensity tonight, the belief, the structure, the commitment, the desire has really been lifted higher than we've seen on few occasions. So Chelsea, who were on top for probably the first 10 minutes or so, have been asked to take some pressure. They are losing the ball here again as Thompson weaves his way through the middle, goes across and finds Delplesh. Delplesh is looking to go down the left again and finds Davis. Davis has 2 and falls into a little trouble. Goes back to Bibi. Bibi restarts it with Matthias. Matthias is going to come across to Matthews. Plays it just a little too fast for Matthews, and so he recovers and resets the play. He's looking for movement, comes down, really good ball to Harry, who didn't really possess it. Barker intercepted, but the ball is still in their half. Warren tries to chest it to Barker. Barker is turning out, well done. A good effort to turn and get it up a field, but just about the halfway line. And Hope International has an opportunity again to continue their exertion of pressure, Charlo.
Well, they have been doing pretty well, and Hope really trying to mount the pressure on Camdonia Chelsea. Chelsea a bit of difficulty coming out of their half, but they have successfully defended their goal. It's still 0-0.
Well, they're going to have to do that. They did that well in their last encounter with spurts of attack and proper defense. They're going to be required to do this also if this game continues. Reggie Barber goes across, look for Luke. Luke is leaving it to go further right and finds Williams. Williams looks up and he cuts inside. He takes a shot. Not a good one on this occasion. Slides all across the ground, but pass and beaten.
Should have done better. Yes. Really looked up. He had a couple of players running in, trying to get in the good position, and he should have really relayed that to one of the oncoming players so that they had a better opportunity at goal.
Well, that's the release of the pressure he attempted that they've been exerting. He wanted to get something in the back of the net, and so the mental faculty is not in the right place at that time. But it's Matthias coming down again for Hope International. Goes far left, finds Bibi. Bibi finds Davis. Good movement. Davis has some time and space. He pushes forward into Wilkes. Wilkes would have done well to keep that at his feet. It was a good ball again from Davis. He's been better. I make it over the last couple of games, Davis. Not one whose lack of ability or quality, but the quality has been almost top notch for the last 2 games that we've seen him, Charlo.
So he looks pretty good, and that was a good piece of work by him. And again, we see Chelsea soaking up that pressure and coming away.
It's Reggie Barber. He brings it wrong. Who does well. Finds Slater. Slater comes to Captain Cuttle. Cuttle is confronted by 2 players. Gets a good, attempt. The idea was good, but he actually bisected the 2 players of his own team, and it was just shuttled into
I think
touch.
Miller in particular was caught a bit flat-footed.
So, asked to play here. We have some comments coming across. And so it's with Matthews. He comes inside, finds Millington. Good ball to Harry. Back to Millington. Really good interchange by the players. Goes across. Finds Thompson. Wonderful movement. Idea was good, but cut out there by I make it. Number 16 is Nero. He was
Yes, Nero.
looking to overlap. Slater says, let's calm and just a touch, and finds Nigel Charles, who goes back to Warren. And I think two of the central defenders who have been underestimated in our tournament. Not Nigel Charles for sure, but Warren has always been really sturdy
Yes,
for
definitely for
Camdonia
Camdonia
Chelsea.
Chelsea. He has really done some good work for Camdonia Chelsea over the period. And he continues to demonstrate that. And as we close in on the 27th minute, they still not broken, still 0-0.
Excellent encounter ensuing here. The battle on both ends. Teams having to soak some pressure up and then do some defend and then look to counter attack. Here we go. It's Chelsea. And Luke gets it inside. Baba! Kicks it over the bar!
And he holds his head, and he has to be disappointed, Roxelle, because he had it all on a platter.
Let's look at it again. Oh,
Had
Lane.
enough time.
Well, his body position tells you all about it. He was moving away from the ball, laying back, and you're asked to go step over and get your body over the ball when you're driving there, Charlo. I used to do that once in a while in my time. It's with Williams trying to weave his way through. Could not. Finds Wilkes. Wilkes does well. Turns neatly. Still Wilkes. He has three to contend with. Decides to come far right. And pulls it up and finds Millington. Millington gives him back.
Too much on that.
And it looks as if it's going to be a corner. Yes. According to the assistant number 2, came off maybe Nigel Charles. And so the pressure creates an opportunity here from a corner for Hope International.
So Millington would take that corner.
That's number 10 on his back. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red shirts. He brings it across into the area. Headed away by Cuttle. Having a good game. He finds, that looks like Williams, laying it off neatly to Miller. Miller cannot get past Lewis. Excellent work by Lewis there. Really good work by Lewis. He's been sturdy inside. And this is Thompson leaving it for Davis. Davis cuts inside. Looking for Delplesh. Delplesh still going. He has Nigel Charles to contend with. Instead of playing the ball, seems to have elbowed Charles in his face. And he puts his hands up, probably inadvertently. But that can be perceived as dangerous action, Charlo.
Well, he's been
play.
cautioned by referee Moet Games for that offense.
As Barker comes up the left and finds Barber. Both of them getting in a little mix and allows Millington to further the prowl down the right hand side. Can't get past Cuttle.
Good defensive work there by
He's been on top of his game this evening. He's been impressive this evening, and you're gonna have your hands filled this evening to decide that play of the match in the next 60 minutes or so.
So it's going to be a corner.
Yes, Millington once more, and. Again, another 5 red shirts. He gets it into the area. Can't pass Cuttle. Only as far as Harry Doe, who decides to take a shot. I'm not sure if that's a technical way that you would have been taught, Mr. Gill.
But
he was effective. And offside being called against Luke. That's something I think he needs to work on too frequently, I believe.
Yes, I
he gets into that position.
I totally agree with you. Too frequently he's being called for offside.
And as much as I would love to see both teams get in there, we want to do it. You want to do it legally. Cuttle picks it up. We're going to give you back over to Charlo just a touch as we find Slater. Slater goes far right, finds Williams. He has space. He is getting around Bibi, and Bibi is pulling him down. It's a penalty. Is it? No. Just outside the box. Bibi is going to be issued a card because that is definitely. You see, let's see. Did he go to the pocket, Mr. Games?
Yes, I think
he is about to do so. Definitely infringing the forward movement of Williams. He would have been in. And it could have created an opportunity. Charlo, it's you from here.
Definitely. So he's down and some attention being given. We see referee White Gaines just there having a word. He's now in a sitting position and he's being helped to his feet. And you can see him just limping away, but he was really on a roll there and looking to get into that area. So he'll get some assistance. It looks like he points to his ankle. It looks like the left ankle. So it's going to be a free kick just outside that 18-yard box.
This could be a really interesting one.
And you can see a number of red shirts coming back into that attacking area to try and protect their goal.
And they should. Stature-wise, they're the taller of the teams. They would have out-jumped and outstood the Chelsea players with ease. And so the options here may be to go low to the near post, Charlo.
Well, we see Nigel Charles. He's there. And trying to see the person on his right. It looks like Cuttle. Oh, not well done. Poor piece of work. And you can see the dissatisfaction from his colleagues. That should have been better.
It was Barker, actually.
It was Barker, really.
Yeah, I understand you because the hairdo looks similar tonight. Yes, and their stature is
just
there's
about
not
the
much,
not much
between them. Correct.
Yeah. So it's Matthews for Hope. Comes downfield. But this time, it's Cuttle.
Yes.
Cuttle, and this goes into touch. It's off Cuttle, so it's going to be a throw-in for Hope International. Jermaine Harry, the number 4, quickly taken, goes back to Matthews. Matthews comes down the middle, looking for some support, but Chelsea cuts it out. Luke has Matthias, but Matthias using his height to the diminutive Luke.
Oh, beautifully distributed.
And nodded it back to his goalkeeper. This was Delplesh. Delplesh with it. And I think Delplesh taking a knock in the process. But however, good sportsmanship there. And so it's going to be a free kick for Hope. It's still 0-0. Camdonia Chelsea 0. Hope International 0. Hope. Gives it to Tevin Thompson, back. But it's cut out by Chelsea. Chelsea will now look for counter, but losing it. Tevin Thompson is there, crosses to
Davis.
to Davis, but unable to control. It goes into touch, and it's going to be a throw-in for Camdonia Chelsea. So Chelsea with Nero headed away there by Matthias. Back to Chelsea, still in a bundle. Infringement called.
I want to remind you. So go ahead, Charlo. I want to remind you that the encounter in the first round between these two teams was equally intense. It was just a one goal. And in some cases, quote unquote, it may have seemed controversial. The goal that went through the net, or seemingly went through the net, so to speak. We don't want to start that discussion again. And so we are seeing the same kind of structure and battle here tonight, Charlo.
Well, it's Williams to Nero, back to Williams, comes back in defense. This is Chelsea, that's Warren, still Chelsea, a bit of still Chelsea, knocking it around to Nigel Charles. Charles looking up for some support, looking for Reggie Barber to get him running on, but has too much on it. Goalkeeper Batiste came off his line rather decisively and boots it downfield, but cut out there by Cutler, who couldn't control. Kishore Lewis gives it to Tevin Thompson, who goes back in defense. Matthews looking to control. He has Luke. He puts it downfield, but it's cut out there by Cuttle. Cuttle still with it. Cuttle going down the left, looking for some support. And he crosses it. Matthews knocks it into touch. It's going to be a corner for Camdonia Chelsea. So Camdonia Chelsea now looking to counter and put the pressure on the defense for Hope International.
You got it definitely right. You stole my words there, Charlo. But yes, it's been a give and take all evening so far in these 37 minutes or so, where they've been really pushing each other. They've been required to soak up some pressure on the defensive end, but they have come out and been battling on the offensive end as well, both teams.
Slater slides it in. Nigel Charles with a header, but here the defense for Hope coming to the fore and boots it downfield. But Cottle, the captain, is there. Knocks it over to Barker. Barker looks up, looking for some support. Looking to get Luke going, but that certainly was ill-directed. And the goalkeeper, Batiste, came off his line and controls as it went into touch for a goal kick. So quickly taken. And Hope would now look to come forward. It's Matthews. Matthews pumps it downfield. And there is Warren right there. Again, Warren is there. But it's Millington. Millington looking to work his way through. And again, good work by Chelsea.
I think Wilkes is down. I think he hit his head awkwardly on falling. It wasn't a tackle. I don't think they both went up, I think, evenly. And was won. The header was won by, was it Barker? But on falling, I believe his fall was awkward. And he looks as if he's holding the side of the head, Shamar Wilkes.
Well, the physio is there. So too is referee Moet Gaines. And it definitely looks like the head. And just some water being applied. Now he's been helped. He's now in a sitting position, just perhaps a little dazed for a while. So he would have to go to the sideline. Yeah, he's still receiving some attention.
Yes, probably some dirt as well in the eye. Looks as if Marksman is trying to ascertain whether he is stable enough, if he knows where he's at. Yes, you could just see that, the indication of the movement of the finger.
The fingers.
Yes.
Ensuring that all is well.
Yes, he's making sure he knows his
rightly
faculties.
so.
Correct. And looks like he is. Good work.
So
good work there. You could see that
so
that was needed. Yes.
And he's been pointed to the sideline by referee Moet Gaines, and most senior referee around.
Yes, so we had again some conversations on Friday night. So he's hoping to give one more year, and if things goes well, Charlo, probably in the pipeline some movements as it relates to preparing other officials, probably younger officials, and match commissioners. That is needed, I believe.
Yes.
And we will probably
have a conversation.
Have
with
a
the chief match
conversation.
commissioner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We spoke about that earlier. He is here. Not sure if the guys would want to run some time at halftime, Charlo.
So it's back in Camdonia Chelsea's half. It's Nigel Charles. Goes to his left, but not good work there by, it looks like, Williams, but it's back to Charles. Charles in defense. Looks and he pumps it downfield. But it's intercepted by Lewis. Now Matthias for Hope. Back to Lewis. Lewis looking to go down the flank. I think he finds Thompson. Goes wide to Chad Davis. Davis finds the number 11. And Cottle with a tackle.
I think they turn into each other, basically.
Yes, I think he's picking up a yellow card.
No, it was I was inadvertently because they both were turning.
Moet Gaines was just taking out his
powder.
Spray.
His spray powder,
to mark that spot.
Correct.
Saw the hand go to the pocket.
Yes.
And now he's just trying to indicate where that wall would be. And let's see. This looks like it's going to be a 2-man wall. A 3-man wall. And So the free kick to be taken. And Gill comes off his line, collects on the bounce, and now he pumps it downfield. The race is off. Luke is there. Matthews is there. Luke.
Oh!
And that's went right across the goal. The goalkeeper who had to come off his line. I think Luke was undone a little bit by the bounce, but
well, he never gave up.
The diminutive figure was he got around the defender. The header came in and just wide off the upright.
He never gave up. You could see the purposeful movement of him there, just about wide of the upright, Charlo.
Yeah. So it's still in Camdonia Chelsea's half. It's Barker, yes, and clearing that, averting the danger. It's going to be a throw-in for Hope International, but Barker was ensuring that the Enrique Millington, the captain, didn't get an opportunity to go forward. So Delplesh comes back. It's Harry for Hope. He watches it go into touch. It's going to be a throw-in again. Once for he comes back in defense, finds Matthews. Matthews knocks it back to Harry, but in the process giving it away. It's Cottle. Cottle goes wide. So Williams on that far side. Williams still has Nero to contend with. Williams gets the wrong one. The cross comes in. In fact, it goes into touch, and it's going to be a corner for Camdonia Chelsea.
Well, BB is having a torrid time out there when Williams decided to run. On this occasion,
he stood nippy.
Yes, on this occasion, he stood close to him, and the moment that Williams had pushed it just a touch ahead of him, he had the chance to tuck it into touch, Charlo.
So it's going to be a corner, and we can see Barker moving into that far left for that corner. It's still 0-0. We are in the 44th minute of the first half. So let's see, about 4 or 5 blue shirts in the attacking area. Gradually the numbers increasing. They have about 6 as the ball comes swirling and headed away. It's going to be another corner. It's still 0-0. Some advice being given, but out of a shot for Barker. He's unable to hear that.
All right.
And so Barker, a low shot, and it goes into touch. The flag goes up. It's going to be a goal kick for Hope, but certainly that second corner, Roxelle, I think it was poorly done.
Yeah, he could have brought it, should have done better with that, and I guess looking for power and didn't get the control over it as he would have liked, and went out of touch.
Long ball downfield, and nice work there by the defense for Chelsea, just heading it calmly into the hands of goalkeeper Gill. And it's Hope looking to go downfield. It's still with Hope. And it's now Lewis, but it's cut out there by Camdonia Chelsea. Finds Reggie Barber, and that's really looking to get Luke running onto it. Had a little too much on it. And Batiste had absolutely no difficulty coming off his line.
Well, we're gonna have
comes downfield.
1
minute of extra time.
Yes, it's been flowing, Charles.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's Delplesh, but it's cut out there by Chelsea. Cottle gives it to Reggie Barber. Harry being dispossessed, and Nigel Charles is coming off the defense. Now he chips it downfield, looking for some support, but it's the BB on that side who controls. Now pumps it downfield, gets Chad Davis looking to get the other going, but the long legs of Nigel Charles knocks it into touch. It's going to be a corner, and Enrique Millington very quickly, he's running to that far side to take that corner.
Yes, he's been entrusted with all of the corners so far this evening from my memory for Hope International, and this could be a good opportunity for them to take the lead and go into the halftime break. Ooh,
Comes
good
in and
touch by Gill.
Gill knocking it away. He's still inside the half. And Chelsea looking to clear that. And it's Thompson. Lays it down for Chad Davis. Cross comes in. Nigel Charles is there. And he boots that into touch. It's going to be a throw in for Hope. And I think very soon we are going to get the whistle. Long ball. And soon as I said it, there goes the whistle. It's the end of half time. An evenly contested encounter, and it's still 0-0.
Totally evenly contested, keenly contested. Battles both ends of the pitch. No very clear-cut opportunities. I think probably, who was it, Williams? Or was it Luke? Who had an opportunity?
Luke had a header.
Well, not the header. There was an opportunity before that
Well,
went over the bar
I think
at close
Reggie,
proximity.
it was a cross
Yes,
from Reggie
probably
Barber.
Williams. I believe it was
Yes,
Williams.
yes.
Right. That could have done really well to put it in the back of the net. But other than that, really tactically stout competition so far in this encounter. And games like these are really pleasing and what we want to see more often from the Vincy Premier League soccer teams. But it's 0-0, and we go to the break. as we get ready for the second period of this encounter. And the referee Games is just communicating with his officials. They're looking at their watch simultaneously, and the whistle will go in just a few seconds as we get going here in this second period of this match number 5, weekend number 10 of the Vincy Soccer Premier League. It's now with Lewis. Lewis goes back to Matthews. Matthews comes to the left and finds Davis, who heads it back to Bibi. Bibi turns and goes back up to the left, and Warren doesn't get his legs in the right position, comes off of him awkwardly.
Yes, definitely. He was disappointed. You can hear the
Right,
the disappointment of not controlling that well.
Throw comes very quickly in the piece to Hope International. Bibi takes it and finds Davis. He's looking to turn, can't. He's really much marshaled there. Cuttle, who does well, finds Miller. Miller pushes it forward, looking for Slater. Williams is there. Batiste had to come again. He's been having a good game. Batiste, probably one of the 2 or 3 outstanding players tonight. I think Batiste has done well with 2 or 3 saves.
Very decisive there.
Cuttle has been a superb for his team on the other end. And it's Cuttle again, brings it back to Nigel Charles. Charles is looking to go long, but decides against it on this occasion. Comes back and finds Cuttle, who does extremely well to get away from Thompson. And brings it back and finds Barker. Barker attempts to go forward down the left to Miller, to Barber, and into touch it goes. Millington gets it to Wilkes. As Hope tries to counter-attack, it's coming away with it is Cuttle. Cuttle finds Luke. Luke shielding well, still Luke, and finds Slater. Slater goes over to the left, finds Barber. He's free, brings it back to Slater. Slater plays a return ball, attempting to go down the left, but cut out there by, it looks like there's a substitution. Is that Thompson? Yes, it looks like Thompson, who did the cleanup job there for Hope International. There are 4 players under the warm-up orders as Williams comes in here. Still Williams, but it was Matthias who was strong once again. And inadvertently, I believe, a tackle coming in there from Miller on Kishore Lewis. And so the danger averted once more. And again, Chelsea has come out.
Pressure released.
Yeah, Chelsea has come out on the front foot once again in the second period.
Yes, definitely a pretty fast pace in the second half. And they're looking rather decisive indeed. Again, we see Nigel Charles using his height. Good work there by Cuttle.
Cuttle finds Luke, who attempted to return the pass to Cuttle, was overlapping. And Bibi comfortable enough affecting the interception. So it's Nero. So we have the young people are just about getting ready for the visit. What's his name again? You're gonna look at Speed, and when he gets here, Charlo. Anyhow,
look at Speed.
Yes. All right. Here we go. it's brought inside by, it looks like Luke, as we got interrupted there from the football. Yes, the tuber who's having a tour around the Caribbean.
A YouTuber.
Yes.
By the name of Speed.
I think this is correct name, or the name he should be going. A subject and predicate is Aisha Speed, and he's been going around the Caribbean. Had a bit of Trinidad, and was doing a lot in Trinidad, and he's planned to stop in St. Vincent. So I hope you're going to be around the spaces. You may come to a football game if he's here on that occasion, because that's what we're talking about. As this is Davis. Davis trying to go forward. He has Nero to contend with. Nero has really settled into this right back position, Charlo, where he normally would have played a more advanced position, not overlapping as much as we would have seen on previous years.
Well, definitely, and he has really been there for Chelsea in defense.
This one is crossed though by Bibi. It's going to go over the upright into touch, and a goal kick coming the way of Chelsea. So 0-0. We've not had many clear-cut opportunities. We have to give the defenses credit, because opportunities or raids or advancement into the area were all challenged and under pressure. There wasn't any. We could have said that was
yes,
probably.
I think both teams have been pretty clinical in terms of the defense. They have not allowed the strikers to really have any clear-cut opportunities on goal, and hence the reason for the goal line is still 0-0.
Probably teams that love to play each other. That is Warren finding Nero. He cannot get past Davis. Doing some work on the defensive end this evening as well. And still 0-0. Nero takes a throw, looks forward, looks for his captain. He turns well, but could not keep it in touch. And this falls now for Thompson, who collects. He has Barker to contend with. Over to Lewis. Lewis drives. Pass the upright into touch.
Very wide. And Gill really was under no pressure whatsoever. He just watched it. He goes into touch and walks rather slowly to pick it up.
So reinforcements being prepared by Chelsea. One by our vantage point almost. It looks like almost the entire team that's available. Up there, looks like 4 or 5 substitutes are available to them. Here we go. It's with Cuttle, who chases it down, and Delpa steals it, finds Lewis to Davis. Davis inside into Middleton. Middleton cannot control, and stolen by Barber, who lays it out to Barker. Yes. Coming back and doing some really good work. Advancing, here's Barker. Barker plays it forward. Oh, disappointing delivery there by Barker. He had a good opportunity.
I think it came off the arm of Tevin Thompson.
Right, but he could have done better with that. The opportunity going begging. He has the throw in now. Barker finds Nigel Charles, who summoned and requested it. Charles goes back to Barker. Barker can get past Millington to touch once more. So here we go. Taken there by Barker, looking to find Miller. Lewis was it. Playing it back to Batiste. Batiste hammers upfield. And returning the favor was Nigel Charles. In no man's land, really. Reggie Barber steals it, finds Cuttle. Cuttle, oh, well done, Cuttle. Brings it across and finds, that's Williams, Jamal Williams, who decides to use the outlet of his captain once more. He cuts through the middle. Still, oh, wonderful ball again to Williams. Let's see what he does. He decides to go back into the middle, chips it forward, looking for, header by Matthews. Still, Chelsea on the attack. And Harry is going to clear the danger. He finds Millington. Millington calms things down and finds Thompson. Thompson to Lewis. Lewis lays it forward, hoping to find Delplesh, but Warren is in the play. He finds Nero. Nero to his captain, Cuttle. Cuttle moving just a touch too quickly there, and attempting to find his right back.
There's going to be some substitution. I think Miller will go out.
Slater, it looks like 14.
Number 14, Slater. Slater goes out, and on comes Barack Obama Barber.
Well, I like this. It looks as if it's a much more attacking move. We haven't seen Barack and Reggie on frequently. This is a rather attacking move as he gets his guards ready, and play continues without him though. As this one is going to go into touch, coming right just in front of us here, hitting our tent. And so Barak joins Reggie and his other teammates of Chelsea. Not a good ball by Williams. And Miller is going to pick it up here now. He falls to the ground. He's looking for a call, doesn't get it. Millington moves forward, finds Thompson. Thompson comes back to the left to Davis. Davis is cutting inside to Wilkes. Wilkes under pressure and loses it. Picking it up is Cuttle. Still Cuttle. Moving forward purposefully. He decides to slow it down. Goes to Williams. He's going to go across field. Not a good ball.
Not good work.
He needs to go a little further and higher. And picking it up though is Luke. Luke should have taken a shot. Still Luke going across. Finds Baba with his first shot. That's Barack. And he doesn't win the presidential award with that one.
Well, it certainly went high and wide and aimless. And into touch. It's going to be a goal kick for Hope International. It's still 0-0.
55 minutes on the clock. Entertainment as we saw in the very first encounter of Vincy's Soccer Premier League with these two teams. One of the two who played on the second evening of the opening weekend. Giving away there. Finds Baba. Baba looking for Luke or his brother. And the only person coming to collect was Batiste. Batiste finds Harry. Harry decides to go up on the right and inserts Millington. Millington to Thompson. Thompson over to Lewis. Lewis is going to come further left and finds Davis. He's had a good game. He pushes forward. Good ball to Delplesh. Delplesh takes it neatly. Lays it back to Millington. What does he do? Millington attempts to weave his way into the area. Was halfway there. But Warren says that's as far as you go. Corner to Hope International.
I definitely like what I'm seeing. I think both teams not giving up. They're really going at each other. And there was good work here by Hope International. But in the end, good defensive work by Warren.
Well, he had to come to the party. It's a really pleasing party so far without goals. And as I said, I think one is going to separate them this evening again.
So it's going to be another corner because it's sliding off the head of the defender there for Camdonia Chelsea.
So sharing the pressure, exertion, and soaking them up as they come. Thompson takes it, brings it back to Milton. Short. Milton is going to attempt to go down the right, brings it back to Thompson, who cuts inside. He has space. Thompson should have done a little better with that. Harry hammers it inside, only as far as Miller. Miller finds Cuttle. Cuttle does a very good work to find that was Luke trying to do the same here. And bringing it back is a referee Moet Games because Barber it looks like Jamal Williams who was infringed while that movement was being advanced shallow.
So we see a free kick being awarded. Nigel Charles stepping up to take that one. And again, we can see Camdonia Chelsea looking to their senior players. But I must say, Cuttle has been outstanding.
There we go. Nigel Charles forward looking for Williams, for Barber. We do have two of them now. Close proximity stolen by Barker. He was inadvertently struck in the face as he turned. And Nigel Charles is saying someone needs to go to the river. Because that one was kicked very, very hard as he wanted to make sure his defenders could recuperate. And this is, again, another opportunity. Again, excellent work by Nigel Charles. He's come to the plate. He's come to the party. And he's definitely playing like one of our national central defenders, Charles.
He is the senior person on Camdonia Chelsea, and he's really leading by example. The young man is really showing his class.
So we've had Cuttle. We've had Nigel Charles. I think in the middle, Kishore Lewis has been having a hell of a game for Hope International and Batiste. So here we go. Charles comes further down on the right. He pumps forward looking for Barber. Barber is controlling and turning inside but can't get past the ever-present Matthews who goes upfield. Faking the loose ball here now is Thompson finding Delpech, but stolen by Barber. That's Barack on this occasion. And the pass goes forward to Reggie. Still Reggie. He and Thompson are in a tussle. Reggie finds his brother. That's Barack. Barack comes inside, but only as far. Well, Luke, I don't know, unbalanced.
Oh, yes, certainly he was off balance.
Yes.
He was looking to turn. And in the end, a very tame shot that Batiste had absolutely no difficulty in controlling.
Well, controlling here now is Warren. He goes forward, looking for someone. Falls for Luke. Luke decides to go back to Barack, but Thompson intercepts and finds Millington on the right. Millington comes further inside. only as far as Warren, who collects gleefully, and he decides to use Jamal Williams. He's had a good game. He leaves, not controlling well, but decides to go all the way back. Wilkes is, I think he has had enough. And he is asking for a substitution. As this one is pumped forward. Luke again, but Batiste and Matthias, conversion on him, not making it easy.
Well, I think one of the problems we have, Luke is
Too short.
His height. Yeah, he has really suffered because of his height.
But his vertical jump is very strong. He has an excellent vertical jump for his height and his stature. As we turn this over to you, Charlo.
So, it's Nigel Charles. Charles just slowing things down, looks up, and now he hammers it downfield, looking for some support in the middle. But again, good work by the defense there for Hope International as Batiste came off his line. And now it goes into touch. You could see the official on that far side really very animated indeed. Perhaps not happy with the work done by his team.
My dear friend Kenson Wilson, he's always animated.
So that's the coach for Camdonia Chelsea.
Yes, it is.
So it's still Chelsea in their own half. It goes into touch. It's going to be a corner. It looks like.
A throw-in.
It's a throw-in.
Or an infringement.
Yes, it's a throw-in. And so Chelsea will look to get inside that attacking area. Let's see. It's a long throw. Finds Luke, comes back, and that shots wide off the upright. It goes into touch, and really, I think anxiety.
I'm not sure. I think the idea wasn't bad because we alluded to his days of playing in a more advanced role for Chelsea or even other teams around St. Vincent. And he decided to take a shot. I think sometimes you probably have to make sure you size up the middle of the upright. And if it veers off, it goes to a corner or two, Charlo.
Well, one player down. It looks like Camdonia Hope International.
Is it Wilkes? Because he was calling for a substitution. It definitely was not feeling well. It is Wilkes.
And he's been given a hand. He's now in a sitting position, and one would think that he's been helped to his feet. Definitely, he needs help.
Yeah, he was requesting a substitution a few minutes ago, and once he decides that that's what he needs, knowing the person, it's somebody who is very, very honest with his being.
So he's making his way off with the help of the physio, and let's see who will be making
Simmons.
this. It look like Simmons.
Yes.
That's the
22, I think it is.
Zidane Simmons. So referee Mike Gaines would have that bounce pass as play is about to restart. Stay with Batiste, the goalkeeper, does so now, but Batiste collects. Now he boots it downfield. Nigel Charles controls and looking to come forward. Cottle seems to be always present. And that's Barber on that far side, but it's cut out by Hope. It's still Hope. Looks like Thompson spins, nice work. Still with Thompson, down he goes. Referee says to play on, and Camdonia Chelsea will look to counter. Finds Barack Obama, Barber, and not too sure what he wanted to do there.
Yes.
Roxelle.
Yes. But I want to go back to the Cuttle tackle. And if that one was clean, it was a very, very decisive death touch by Mr. Cuttle again, Charlo.
Well, he was. And referee Mike Gaines was right on spot.
Correct.
So it's a free kick awarded to Camdonia Chelsea. And this is pretty interesting. So we wait. Let's see. This looks like Miller, who is going to take that free kick. In fact, it's going to be a corner awarded. And we can see Hope International, about 7 players coming back in that attacking area to defend their goal. Referee Mike Gaines is having a word there with Miller. So let's see what Miller is going to do. Nice swirling ball. Up goes the header. I think Nigel Charles is looking to get that head wrapped around that. Unable to do so. It goes into touch.
Yeah, I don't think he got enough on it. He went, I think it was lower than he expected, Charlo.
Yes, and that one booted into touch by Williams. And it's going to be a throw-in for Hope International. The number 16, Jashan Bibi, is going to take that. And quickly take on. Goes back to Matthias. Matthias finds Thompson. Thompson goes to his right. And now it's Millington. And this one goes into touch. And it's against Hope. Quickly taken through in. It's again infringement call. It's going to be a free kick for Hope International. We are in the 66th minute. So Cottle now leaves it for Nigel Charles. Pump downfield into the 18-yard box. There is Chelsea.
Good save.
Again.
Good save by Baptiste.
And they will now counter as they look to come down the flank. Finds Chad Davis. Chad Davis looking to get into the middle. But good work by Nero, forcing him, and Nigel Charles coming to the party. And Enrique Millington appealing the infringement call. And it's against Nigel Charles. It's going to be a free kick.
He went
he
went two for tackle there, and he saw the danger of allowing Enrique Millington to pick up a loose ball. And I think Millington is actually querying, where's the card?
Well, referee Mort Gaines, he's in charge. And so it's going to be a free kick to Hope. And we can see referee Mort Gaines with hands on his shoulders, perhaps having a quiet word with him. And now, so let's see what he's going to do with that with this free kick. It's a long kick and aimless. It goes into touch. It's going to be a goal kick for Camdonia Chelsea. It's still 0-0 here at the Brighton Technical Centre.
Well, that free kick was so stunning. It's going to be retaken because everybody, from my estimation, was just like hands on hips, as if what's going on. So it's going to be retaken, Charles.
So yes, Millington now spotting it, and free kick comes in, and there's Gill just watching it and shadowing it, and just watched it go into touch. It's now a goal kick for Camdonia Chelsea. It's still a 0-0 affair.
Replicating basically what almost happened there, Charles.
Yes,
initially.
yes. Well, Nigel Charles goes to wide. So Chelsea still with it. And it's good work there. But again, it's cut out. But it's infringement called. And I think it's going to be a free kick for Hope International. Millington was brought down. And
Barker's had his work cut out for him down that flank this evening. There are not many individuals, I think, that are faster than him in this league down the flank, and he's had a pretty really pleasing season for Chelsea. But tonight he has a serious challenge.
Millington, a nice one. He tips it over the bar. It's going to be a corner. It seems as if it's just hung in the breeze.
Right.
And there was Gill getting his left hand to it and tipping it over the bar for a corner. So the corner comes in, beats and sliding across the face of the goal. It's going to be a goal kick, and it's still a 0-0 here at the Brighton Technical Centre in this matchup between Hope International and Camdonia Chelsea.
Evenly contested once again, and each of the teams would have their periods where they dominate and they exert the pressure, but nothing. The old onion bags are yearning to be awoken. And we have just about 20 minutes left before the end of this game.
So Charles boosts this long downfield, looking for Reggie Barber on that far side. He goes into touch, and it's going to be a throw-in for Hope. And evenly contested. I saw an evenly contested IPL match earlier today.
Who were playing?
With Lucknow Super Giant and Kolkata Knight Riders.
Okay.
Match ended in a tie and went to a super over.
High scoring or low scoring?
Well, I would consider it to be low scoring. 157 in a T20. You would consider that to be low scoring.
These days.
Yes. And went to a super over. And Sunil Narayan picked up 2 wickets in the super over for 1 run. So they had to make 2 for victory. And 1, the first ball hit for a boundary.
Okay.
So it's pretty interesting. And it's Hope International looking to come forward. Gives it to Chad Davis. Chad Davis has 2 to contend with. Winds around, gives it to Bibi. Bibi with a cross, but it's cut out there. Now Miller pumps it downfield looking for Luke. And Luke and Matthias in a tussle. I think it goes again. It's going against Matthias.
Yes, it's initial the hand movement
and trying to impede the progress of Luke.
Correct.
And referee Moet Gaines saw it, and he was not very far off. So it's going to be Miller with a free kick. He kicked a nice header. And there's a bit of missed kick from the Camdonia Chelsea. It ended up into the side netting, and it's still 0-0 here at Brighton. So you see Bibi, or Batiste now pumps it downfield, but it's cut out there by the defense for Camdonia Chelsea. It's still with Chelsea. Williams still with it. It's still Williams. Yes, Williams. And he goes back, finds Barker. Barker chips it downfield. It's still with Chelsea. And that coming off the defense, it's the defense there for Hope. And he goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in.
Quite settled, these teams, in terms of what they want to do tonight. They haven't been able to break the ice, but the ideas, the structure, the discipline has been really pleasing.
So good work by Batiste, as Chad Davis will now look to counter. Comes down the left flank. Nice ball, looking for some support. Again, we can see the efforts of.
Yeah, he tracked that run quite well. Cuttle.
The captain Cuttle. 22 in Simmons. Simmons gives it to Lewis. Lewis chips it across, finds Thompson. Thompson looking to find Chad Davis, but again, and now Thompson with a shot. He goes wide, and it's going to be a goal kick for Camdonia Chelsea. Still 0-0 as we get into the 75th minute of this encounter.
Yes, you can see some tire legs are definitely on show now, and you can see some of the heads dropping just a touch, not because they've given up or they're behind, but the energies that they've exerted so far.
High energy,
Yes.
high intensity.
Yes, yes. So it's Nigel Charles. He boots downfield and is attempting to look for one of the Barber brothers. And headed further down, deep in their half is, stolen by Reggie. Reggie Barber brings it in, side, looking for Luke. Not a good pass, cut out by Matthias. Finds Thompson. Thompson turns and looks to go forward. No man's land, really, in terms of where his players were situated. And it's going to be another throw-in comes the way of Camdonia Chelsea. 75 minutes gone on the clock, 15 to go. I think that goal in their first round match came pretty late in the piece as well, Charlo. And we may see similar. I did say one goal will separate, so we'll see. Luke is going to be called offside. He decides to leave it. Because he had advanced already into a position that does not allow him to legally collect it. So Matthias goes to Batiste. Batiste finds Matthews. This is Hope International. Gives it away Matthews to Miller. Miller finds Barber. Barber and Luke not communicating well. Again, those are decisive dead touches that are needed, and choices and decisions. And this is a good decision from Batiste. He bowls it out to Millington. Millington finds Thompson. Back to Millington from Harry. Millington turns neatly. And Millington is pushing in the face, it seems like, on Barber. And their hands in the air.
I think there are going to be some substitution. So number
Hope International
26 would make his way off.
So we have
that's Delplesh.
Delplesh and
Davis.
Being replaced by Adams
28.
and Cadogan.
Yes, Shane Cadogan. And number 21 is Jaron Adams.
Yes. Sports ambassador Shane Cadogan, I believe. Subject to specific confirmation, but this is one booted forward for the free kick. Falls for Cadogan, who is in the fray very early and wins the free kick. And so left there now for Batiste to decide what he's doing. He comes across and finds Bibi. Bibi has time and space, and he's allowed to advance a little further. Still Bibi. And brings and finds Millington. Millington can't get past Miller. Nero takes it and goes inside, but only as far as Adams. Adams finds Thompson, turns neatly. He is going to find Cadogan. Cadogan is looking for movement, brings it across, but gives it away. Fighting there, though, is shot taken. Is trying to take Gill out of the play.
I think there's going to be a substitution on the far side as well. Seems as if Luke is going to go off. And on would come the number 27 in Ben.
Interesting move, though. I think probably still had a few minutes in him, but
yes, but I think Hope has handled Luke well.
Yes, correct.
In terms of using their height against him, and so it really nullifies a lot of his movement.
Correct. So they're looking. Okay, I want to give you some very high points for that assessment there, Charles. extremely high points. Well done. And Ben is inserted on the top with his height, and I know he's strong. We're not very sure about his goal scoring proficiency, but let's see if it works here for Wilson and his unit. Comes forward, and Ben is gonna probably have his first touch now. They overrun it. And he comes back and retreats as Lewis collects for Hope International. Hope brings it across to Millington. He has been good this evening. He's actually been in the fight and in the wars all evening. Good ball. Looking for Bibi. Excellent. Bibi plays it forward into Simmons. Simmons has Cutler to contend with. He cuts inside. And for once, Cutler is beaten. And that was a good move there by Simmons.
But I think he looked up. You can see Tevin Thompson was the same. Here am I. And an open space right in the center in front of the goal, but he took a shot wide off the upright and relieved the pressure, and it's a goal kick for Camdonia Chelsea.
So here we go. It's with Millington. Goes in forward to Simmons, but broken up there by Pee Wee, as we call him. Warren does well, finds Barber. Barber goes forward, looking to push Ben forward. A bit too much on it, and into the arms of Batiste. Batiste finds Matthias for Hope International, loses it as Williams finds Barber. Barber to Ben. Ben takes it on the outside of the foot, but cannot control well. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure if Ben is a number 9 on this occasion. But let's see what happens. He is finding Nigel Charles, trying to boot downfield. Comes off of Barker. And it's going to be a throw-in for Hope International. This is Cadogan. Can't get past Barber. Into touch it goes once again. So just a touch broken up now as they search, Charlo. They're searching for that ascendancy, knowing the time is elapsing. So
just about 10 or so minutes.
Yes, but they still do need to string passes and be constructive. Throw was a poor one, and it's against Hope International. Harry, the naughty offender there for Hope International. Throw taken, finds Barber. Barber looking to release his brother off of Harry again. Barker is gonna take the throw. Interesting transition for Barker, who was in the uprights, between the uprights. So the first 2, 3, 4 matches, and just transitioned into a left back of excellence, really. And this is Barber. Barber brings it across. Williams is there, looking for a one-timer. The idea wasn't bad, but didn't make contact. He fights a tooth and nail still. And it comes for Nero, who looks around very quickly. Finds Miller. Miller is looking for options. His option is Captain Cuttle, who gets around 2 players. Gets between 2 players. Adams is going to be carded because Cutler was going to move forward purposefully on that occasion, Charlo.
Well, definitely. And Reverend White Games did not hesitate to issue the yellow card. So it's going to be a free kick for Camdonia Chelsea with the win behind them, so this could be pretty interesting.
Well, Miller had a word with Nigel Charles, and so I think they've decided that it is going to be Miller. Standing carefully over the ball is Kishore Lewis until the instructions are given in terms of where the wall should be, a 2-man wall in Thompson and Lewis. Miller is gonna size this up. He has reinforcements in the wall as Simmons decides to join. Chipped into the area, but not far enough.
Should have done better.
I think he should have hammered it to the far upper corner, upright. What comes away now is Cadogan looking for movement. His option is Simmons, who is fighting against Barker. Still Simmons. Has Barker to contend with. Still Simmons. Barker fights. Gets it to Thompson though. And it falls now for Millington, who tries to go forward. It is Warren who clears the danger. Yes.
Good work.
And here we go. Matthews had to recover. Does so well. Finds Bibi. Heads it into Millington. Millington going up the left. Still Millington. Oh, Millington, he gets into the area, does he? Crosses into the side netting. Let's see what the call is. Still some a little bit indecisive,
like
yeah. And eventually, the officials both pointed to the goal kick area simultaneously, Charlo.
Well, most definitely. But again, it was a good work by Millington going down the left. So we are seeing spurts, and but that elusive goal continues to elude everyone.
Well, still set one, may still get one. Ben goes up with his height, falls for Kishore Lewis. Lewis is moving forward, can pass Nero to Barbo, turns nicely, looking to go forward to Williams. Williams has Matthews to contend with, he cuts inside, finds Ben back to Williams. Williams is trying to get into the area. He does. Crosses! Oh! Warren! Almost. Matthias, it is.
Matthias.
Yes.
Almost.
Almost.
Went into the back of their net.
His own net. Matthews. Barker. Barber. Doesn't keep it in touch. And with 85 minutes elapsing, the two young coaches in Farrell and Wilson will be yearning for one goal at this stage. Good work by Adams. Excellent work. He goes forward, finds Thompson, who lays Cadogan on the platter. Cadogan brings it across. He puts his hands in the air, asking God for some help at the last minute. But he would have required to keep that ball below the upright, Charlo.
Well, most definitely, but they continue, the pressure continues to mount. Each team exerting some pressure on the other, but the goal line still remain 0-0.
So, under 4 minutes of regulation time remaining. Not many changes in personnel. We've seen only one or two on the half of Chelsea. This one goes forward. Ben is going to retrieve, does he? Yes, he retrieves quickly, and he is going past the defender. That's why he's good on the flank. Brings it in. Batiste again finds Adams. Adams goes across and finds Cadogan. Cadogan is looking to find, it looks like Thompson, but Barker intercepting quite well, stopping the advancement there for Hope International. So throw taken, looking, and comes inside. Only as far as Harry to Matthias, who's a further advance. He finds Lewis. Lewis is trying to find Thompson, but again Barker, still Barker. Barker's been popping up in very decisive positions, and he had to follow the run of Thompson there, Charlo.
Most definitely. So it's going to be a corner, and we see Enrique Millington moving into position. We are in the 87th minute. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how many minutes of added time being given.
I really don't think many more than 2 minutes at this stage, because we've had a flow just like we've had in the first half.
Where 1 minute was awarded. So
correct.
We do not anticipate any great as the cross comes in.
Corner comes in, headed away by the defense. Back to Enrique though. He brings it across, loop in the area. Head go up. Nigel Charles once more.
Tall figure of Nigel Charles.
Finds Lewis. This is Hope International. Finds Enrique Millington, who decides to go up the flank on the right hand side. He evades the defender, gets a cross in, but it's behind the crossbar, behind the upright, and releases the pressure at a very, very crucial juncture.
Well, Roxelle, a number of persons have been standout, but I think Enrique Millington, he has really been there for Hope.
Yes. This one comes upfield and finds Nero. Nero comes across to Warren. Warren decides to use Ben down the right hand side. He's come to the flanks now, as I thought he was better than down the middle. And cool, strong ball inside. Falls for Barber. Now to Cuttle. Cuttle decides to chest it down and brings it across to Nero. Nero is looking for movement. He decides to go far left. His ball was curling back, and Cuttle is asking that he just be a little bit more calm in his delivery. But it's still Chelsea on the attack. So, Charlo, we've had, I think, Batiste, Cuttle. You just put Enrique Millington in the fray. As this one comes in, it's Barber. Barber into the area. Barber! Oh! And it's going to be a corner. Barber weaving his way into the 18-yard box and trying to cross. But converging there were the defenders of Hope International and possibly saving the day again here, Charlo.
Well, most definitely. So it's a corner, and we were talking about the outstanding players before the afternoon. But I really think when one sums it up, I think we would have to go to for Elron Betis.
The
I
goalkeeper.
the goalkeeper. I would put my money there.
Well, we still have a few minutes. Let's see how it goes. Comes across into the area, head away by initially falls still into the area, brings it back. It's Nigel Charles. Nigel Charles and Ben. Ben still fighting. Millington, who's been in the fray, over to Simmons. Simmons lays it back and finds Lewis. Lewis on the attack here for Hope International. And we're going to see the signal for the additional time. Milton looks winded on this occasion as he labors up on the wing, but he gets there and crosses, but cut out there now by Chelsea. Warren, we're going to have 2 additional time, 2 additional minutes to the time. Cutler can't reach that one.
It right.
Yes. So it's Miller. Miller goes across and finds Barber. Barber lays it forward, looking for that is Williams, Jamal Williams, into touch over the fence, and some retrieval work for the youngsters to do probably later on this evening into tomorrow, depending on how far they go. It went. So 2 minutes of additional time. We into the first. Barker throws it back and he finds Nigel Charles. Charles hammers into the area, only as far as Lewis. Falls on Miller. Miller is controlling, brings it across. Ooh, headed away. Attempt, good work there by Bibi, because that was a dissecting into a Ben who might have had space and time,
yes,
Charlo.
Yeah, Ben had the room, and I think he was hoping to get to Ben, but a good defensive work by Hope International is still 1-1.
Miller brings it to the area, and Batiste controls once again. He bowls it out to the claps of 2 females who've been very happy with Hope International. They look like Hope International supporters. And falls now to Nigel Charles. He finds Barber. He cannot control well. Cuttle is trying to shield off the movement, but it's still Hope International. Looks purposeful. And as far as Warren, who breaks it up. He comes across, gives it away. Bibi controls, finds Lewis.
I think he was looking to find Ben.
Yes. Lewis slows it down a touch. Still Lewis, good idea. It's been helter-skelter, looking to go forward. And this is Cuttle, clearing the danger momentarily, but still Lewis. Hope International, Harry to Cadogan. Cadogan can't get past Barber. This possesses him and plays a good ball forward. But again, reading the situation extremely well here. It's the man of the match for this evening, Batiste. He falls to the ground. He has had a tremendous game. We must really applaud Cuttle as well in the defense, midfield and defense for Chelsea. Nigel Charles and Enrique Milton. You should see the players fall into the ground. It ends 0-0. They share a goal apiece. Well, the points. A point apiece.
So
see. We have Aaron Batista, man of the match, the player of the match for this encounter between Hope International and Chelsea. It was really a cleanly contested encounter. Chelsea were really on the attack in the first half, and you had two excellent saves in the first period where you had to really put some depth touches. Walk us through some of those saves, Mr. Batiste.
Well, I stick to the coach plan. The players have plenty chances, but never they didn't score. Yeah.
You guys came out tonight. You looked better tonight. What has been the reasoning for the change? Because you were struggling a bit, but now tonight you really came out with a purpose. Your team.
At first I was injured, and I now recover, so I'm going along.
So Hope International just about 8th in the 7th in the standings, looking to move forward in the second period. You would want to definitely move up the table as the second round of matches continue. Correct?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So Elron Batiste, our player of the match for this encounter, was a really great encounter to complete week number 11 of VSPL. Week number 11 completed. Well, number 10, we go into number 11 on Thursday, and we want to ask you to join us next week as we continue VSPL 2026.